It's 5:45 a.m. I just woke up from a dream, and the dream it was silly, but as I woke up and was reflecting on the dream, it showed me that in a way it was describing me in a way. And what the dream was about is myself and a couple of other people went to a home, and it was like a shared home, multiple people living in the home, and each person had their own room. And as I walked into this man's room, his room was so laid out. I mean, it was in black and white, silver and white and black. You know, kind of my personal decorative ideas. Very much personally, I liked that man's room, very much so. And in the dream, I had just had a asking God. Now this was in my dream. The night before, I asked God, I said, I want a padded floor. All of this is still in my dream of me knowing that previous night I just had asked God about a padded floor, because it's like in my dream I was saying to myself, I don't want a hard behind floor. I want to walk on cushion, like a bouncy floor or something like that. And that next day in the dream, still in the dream, as I went to this man's room, his decorative style was very pleasing to my eyesight. It was my personal taste. And the type of floor he had in his room, it wasn't in the entire house, it was only in his room. The floor was like a gym mat, but it was a decorative floor, which was very soft. And as I walked on the floor, I went back out of his room and told the person that I went to the house with, one of the people I went to the house with, I said, man, I just asked God last night about a floor, and here this guy, he has it in his room on his floor. So I went back to the man and told him, wow, I love your floor. I guess I was telling him, I'm going to get that. I'm going to do that. And why did I want to say that to that man? It's like he exploded, got angry. How you gonna want to do this? You gonna do it? I'm like, oh my gosh. So it seemed like I was talking to the man's mother. Now we're inside of the car, and I'm talking to the man's mother. Excuse me, it seemed like she's his mother. And I was telling her that I was telling your son that I was inspired about his floor, that just last night I was asking God about a floor, and here it is, the next day he shows me the floor. And he got so mad because I told him I'm getting the floor or something like that. And she went to explaining to me that, or to her son, to me it seemed like it was her son. She was explaining to him that I was inspired. Not that I'm copying him, I was inspired. So as I woke up, now I'm awake and I'm going back over this dream. And I have to admit to myself, in the past, I do a lot of creative, unique things that's not of the norm. And whether it is of the norm or not, I do a lot of creative things, and maybe a lot of people might get inspired from it. And I don't get mad or upset that they get inspired, but I have to admit that certain times it did used to bother me. Like, dang, why they don't get their own unique idea? Why they always got to copy me? Why, dang? Because sometimes I used to didn't even share my ideas, share my creativities to the world. I used to just didn't share it because it seemed like every time I do it, somebody pick it up and run with it and copy it and try to do it bigger and better. And I have to admit, that did bother me. Like, why nobody don't get their own creative ideas? Why they gotta copy me? Wow. I have to admit. And I wasn't, just within these 10 minutes, I would assume about 10 minutes, I wasn't going to share this dream. But then I know God said, yep, share it. And I guess what the Father want to tell us is that we're going to be shining. We're going to be shining. We're going to be in the spotlight. We're going to be out front. And some of us always have been, whether we wanted to be or not. I guess that's all of us. We're going to be looked upon and be inspirational to people. And we cannot be in these silly, petty attitudes. The emotional baggage. Here go God showing me more of my emotional baggage. We cannot be staying connected to these petty emotions as we ascend, as we are ascending into the divine, lit up nature of God within us. We will be in the spotlight. Our light will not be hid. It will be out front, on stage, in the eye of the world. And we cannot get offended because people are inspired and will do it as we do it. God is letting us be examples of the kingdom. We will be representing that divine life in reality, in living color, how to live a divine life. It's not going to be so much of what we're saying. It's going to be, how are we living? And they will see the Bible in living reality through us. Yes, they will do as we do, not as we say. We are a walking Bible in front of the world. And God is illuminating it in front of the world's eyes. So we cannot have these petty attitudes of not wanting to show who we are. We even have to be free in exhibiting our natural God life. Just being who we are. Whew. Something so little. But no, this is very much major. A major thing the world needs. An expression of God through us. And our petty emotional baggage cannot be exalted anymore. It has to be shut down. Getting upset because people doing what we do, like they copying us. No, they are being inspired. We're put here for a reason, and that reason is to let God shine through us. That this transition of the world can take place by our example of representing the God-like lifestyle, being who we are. Have a blessed day.